Hey guys, I have 4 cool products here today to review for you. These are underwater type products that interested me just for using in spearfishing, fishing, or other activities in the water. And instead of review them here in front of the camera and bore you, I'm gonna get out there in the ocean. I've got my dad with me today and we're gonna test these things out to see how they work. The first one up here we have is the Bixpy Swim Jet. Now this is one of those cool underwater sea scooters that holds a really good battery life and can pull you around pretty fast, they claim. So stick around, let's get out there and test these out. That was a lot of fun playing with the new Bixpy. I'm gonna get back and give it a review. These Bixpys were so cool, guys. Being out there with these was a lot of fun, gave you increased speed and maneuverability and just an extra fun factor to snorkeling and diving. So I'd really recommend these. They definitely last the full 25 minutes on a full battery charge. In fact, you probably get closer to like 2 hours, because if you're like zooming one way and you see a sea turtle, and then you zoom over here and you see a manta ray or some fish, you're not always on full speed. So you might turn it off every once in a while, and that definitely expands the amount of time you have out in the water with these, especially if you have a friend who also has one, then there's 2 of you out there zooming around. It's a definitely fun, cool product. So definite thumbs up for the Bixpy. Now next up, I have this cool anti-drowning inflatable life-saving bracelet that I'm gonna test out. Now how this is supposed to work is you pull this lever and a CO2 cylinder gets punctured and it inflates an airbag. And it's supposed to inflate in 1 or 2 seconds, and they say it's reusable. So after you inflate it, you can kind of crunch it back down, store it back into this little box, and put a new CO2 cartridge in it. So let's get out there and see how this one works. This is a really neat product, and it was actually a lot of fun to test this out. We did put a couple CO2 cartridges through these. It's definitely reusable, refillable. The air does not seep out of this and escape whatsoever, even with all our weight on it. A couple of things though that came to mind while testing this that kind of don't want to make me use this as a life-saving device. First off, when you pull it, it works really well to inflate, even at depth as you saw me do. But then you have to use a lot of upper body strength to sort of stay on top of it. And the other thing is you also would have to tread water to actually stay up with this device. Compared to like a Coast Guard approved PFD, that's gonna be your guaranteed life-saving device. So I would not recommend this as a life-saving device, maybe as a secondary device in addition to that, because it is super low profile and a really nice size. And it's got a great color, so if you wanted to attract some attention once it's inflated, that's a good option too. So unfortunately though, cool product, but this one's a thumbs down. Next up, we have these really cool MP3 waterproof headphones. Now these have a battery built in. I don't think these are gonna beat your Bose or your Beats or your AirPod Pros, but these are very cool, slim, small, and totally self-contained. What I'm excited to try is maybe using it for an audiobook as well as some music underwater. So let's get out there and test these out.
Exploring the ocean, swimming with sharks, shooting big fish, hit it right on the mark.
Channel with your friends, watch your video till the end. All passion, spending time, finding different ways just to blow your mind.
Are you ready? Let's go.
Watch a video, best place you know, on this AwesomeBlue show.
This MP3 headset's actually really cool. It held up well to the salt water. I enjoyed listening to it underwater. It totally works. Like I could hear the music play really well if you were listening to an audiobook or some music. Definitely does the job. The sound quality is not going to be amazing. We're talking about an underwater, speaker here, but works actually quite decently. So I'm going to give this one a thumbs up. I didn't get, a full 10-hour testing on the battery life yet, but even if it worked for only half that, 5 hours, it'd be more than good enough for most people. So yeah, I do recommend this product. It's pretty cool. Now next up, I have this really neat looking, I call it the elephant mask or the frog mask. It's actually a product called the TSMC 180 degree curve panoramic dive mask. So quite the name. I just thought it looked cool and had to try it out. So let's get out there and see how well this one works. So, people definitely gave me a weird look down there on the beach when I was walking around with this on. They probably were wondering what kind of high tech or just plain weird mask is that? They hadn't really seen something like this before, and that's what attracted me to it in the first place. It was very comfortable. The silicone skirt around the whole outside of the mask was super nice and comfortable. The tempered glass anti-fog lenses, they didn't fog up whatsoever. That was good. And when you sort of went underwater with the snorkel, as soon as it hit the water line, it actually closed, which is a nice feature so water doesn't rush into the snorkel. The features I didn't like so much about this mask was the lenses are ever so slightly further apart than a normal mask, and it created like a double vision when I'd actually dive underwater. And that was sort of annoying, as well as by the time I was done reviewing this, I'm pretty sure my breathing was more labored, from the small exhaust that this snorkel has. I've tried lots of other, regular snorkels or full face snorkel masks, and they haven't had that same issue. So, you know, I hope this company sort of evolves what they've created, because I do like the look of it. I even had the idea of like, you know, painting up the rest of this mask so that, you know, I could match my camo that I wear for spearfishing. So not only is my, you know, my head and my arms and everything camo, but also my whole face could be camo all the way up the snorkel and everything. So that'd be sort of cool, but they got to evolve this a little bit more so you can breathe easier. Unfortunately, thumbs down for this product. Thanks so much for watching all these product reviews. Had a lot of fun testing them out. I'm not sponsored by any of these products. I just bought them because they were interesting to me to try out. And the Bixbys and the MP3 player were by far the best, probably ones I'll keep using the most. And thanks so much for watching. If you want to see more, please hit the like, subscribe buttons, and see you on the next one.
If you like watching AwesomeBlue, hit subscribe and thumbs up too.
Exploring the ocean, swimming with sharks, shooting big fish, hit it right on the mark.
Share our channel with your friends. Watch every video till the end. Our passion spending time finding different ways just to blow your mind.
Are you ready? Let's go.
Watch a video, best place you know on this AwesomeBlue show.